there, we make a questionnaire in such a way that we would like to get complete data informations from our respondent sides. But it may be possible that whatever the questionnaire we are going to make, or whatever the questions we are going to frame in order to get the informations out from our respondent, either there is a possibility that there is going to be some correlation existing in between those questions and the questions that we are going to frame. It could be possible over there. And further, we can also consider that uh, by default by default in nature they are similar, but it's not similar for us. So this kind of a problem can create a problem of MC, that is a multicollinearity. So in order to reduce such kind of issues, we should know that which questions, or out of our so many questions that we have framed, which one are the important one. Because it's possible, if I'm saying that, if I'm just talking in general sense, if I'm talking about what is the qualification of a person, this is one question. And secondly, if I'm asking the same question, does qualification have any link with the occupation? So in this way, it is just a part of that question. So I can say that the questions and the questionnaires that we are going to make and frame may or may not may have some relations with the present another questions in the questionnaire. So in order to reduce our factors, I can say, or further I can say, in order to get the important factors, we must have to perform the factor analysis. If I will move with the factor analysis, I will just take my the data set again. I will take that, where I told you these of the variables are there that we are going to consider. These are the questions are there that we are going to consider when we will perform the another type of analysis, that is a factor analysis here. So here the factor analysis, we will consider the television is effective mass media tool, the healthcare advice providing by television is trustable. These are the few questions that are being asked to the respondent. Now, in order to avoid the problem of MC, that is a multicollinearity, what we have to do, we have to perform the multi factor analysis here. We have to get to know that which out of these questions or these important factors, what are the important factors are there in actual, because here it's almost 12 questions are there. Now it may be possible out of these 12 questions only we have only one, two, three. It depends upon that. How many factors are there which are going to be the important one. So for that purpose, we have to go with the factor analysis, and for that, what we can do, and these questions are going to be present in coding form. The values: strongly disagree, moderate disagree, neutral, moderate agree, strongly agree, and all that. So what we have to do it here, first of all, again, I will go with the analyze, then dimension reduction. Over there, the factor. I repeat the pathway. Analyze, I will go. Okay. Sorry. Is my screen visible? I'm just started over there.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So if I will just move with the analyze part, analyze, dimension reduction, factor. See, here you are here the concept of whether we can say independent variables are there or dependent variables are there. There is no such concept in that factor analysis. Okay, so what we have to do, the factors which we think that, or the factors in which where we would like to perform the factor analysis, we would just select that. We will select all the variables, not age of the respondent. But yes, all these questions I have selected it. Now I will just move one by one with the descriptive part. In a descriptive, here your KMO and Bartlett's test for severity is very important. because it will help us to know that what type of a correlations and what type of other things are present here. So here in this, I will, in correlation matrix, I will just select the KMO and Bartlett's test. So here I will just press the continue. Then extractions. In extractions, see, principal component, you might have heard about the principal component analysis and the factor analysis. So I can say that principal component analysis is just a method of doing the factor analysis. So here by default, the principal component analysis are there, and we are taking the principal component analysis in order to perform the factor. Principal components, tree plot, I will go with. Correlation matrix, I will go with. Eigenvalues, I must have to go with the eigenvalues whose are having a values greater than 1, because it will really make a difference to the factor. Whatever the factors we have taken, by default, 1 is given to us. And generally, the threshold value and the benchmark value is 1. So we consider it 1 for the eigenvalues in order to know that which factors are going to be the important and which factors are not the important one. So we will consider eigenvalue is greater than 1 only. Now, here if you can see the maximum iterations for convergence. Iterations means in order to avoid the case of one. Second, in order to know that, in order to just go with the flow, and in order to make the result as much as unbiased, we can say that we have. If you want to increase the iterations, you can just do that. You can go with the 50. It completely depends upon your study how much iterations you would like to do. But by default, 25 iteration is present, so I will go with continue. I will explain more when I will move to the output and result part. Then here the rotations, Varimax, if you would like to take, right? If you can just go with that. Varimax means it's a maximization, variance maximization. Then rotated solutions. Yes, I need the rotated solutions. Loading plot. If you want to show the loading plot, you can go. Otherwise, I don't think so. We should go with a loading plot. Then also maximum iterations for the convergence 25. Why we are doing the iterations, I already mentioned, because just because we would like to perform, we would not like to give any a doubt of benefit to any one of the factors. Okay. So to just move out of that benefit doubt, we are going to do the iterations. That if you have studied the concept of permutation and combinations, with that we would like to go with. Because if we are moving with that PNC, the concept of math of statistics, sorry, permutation and combination, over there we know that how much possibilities are there, how much possibilities can be framed or can be there. Okay, so if we are going to perform the iterations, we are just reducing the biasedness over there, and we are giving the equal chances to every factors to combine with the other factors. Okay, so that is the iterations here. So continue. Scores, save as a variable if you would like to save. Display factor, scores, coefficient, continue. Options, in options, it's not the important one, continue. Then okay. Okay, now if I will share my file with you, the output file. So what we are going to get, the very first test we are having, I hope my screen is visible now. Yes, now it's visible. So initially, when I'm performing the factor analysis, I will have the KMO and Bartlett's test. So what is the purpose to perform the KMO and the Bartlett's test? Because here it will help us to know that whether the, basically it will help us to know that whether the data is going to be suited to the analysis or it is not suited to our analysis. Okay. So the threshold value for KMO, Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin measure of sampling adequacy is basically performed to know that whether the data that we have collected from the respondent is suited for our test or it's not suited for the data set. So for that, if the value is coming from threshold value 0 to 1, okay, but if its value is coming more than zero point 0.8 until 1, we can say that yes, it's a good model, or we can basically say that yes, the sampling that we have used it here is an adequate one. Okay, measure of sampling adequacy, whatever the sampling technique we have used, is it a good one or it's not a good one, that can be used with the Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin measures. And the threshold value, which you can also check it from the Google also, here the value are going to lying in between 0 to 1, but if it is value is coming more than zero point 0.8 and in between 0.8 and 1, we can consider yes, this is a good sampling method basically, or it's a good sampling technique that's we are having over there. Otherwise, if I will go with the it's a Bartlett's test of scarcity. Okay, so what is going to be there? It will help us to show the correlation in between the variables. Correlations. Okay, now whatever the correlations are there, these are the correlations. These are the factors basically. How many factors we are having there? 12 factors we are having. Okay, so if 12 factors are there, if the correlation is there, then only there is a meaning to perform the factor analysis. If no correlation is there, then it's fine. If no correlation is there, no MC problem is there, then why we are performing the factor analysis, right? So, if the factor analysis, if the Bartlett's test is showing that, yes, there is a correlation, because chi-square is going to show it's a measure of association. So Bartlett's test is a test for the chi-square, test for the measure of associations between the variables, between the categories, or between whatever the variables we have there. So it shows that yes, it's a significant 0.000. And I repeat it here again one more time. If your correlation is there, then only there is a meaning to perform your factor analysis. Otherwise, there is no meaning to use, and there is no meaning to perform the factor analysis. Okay, so that is what we are going to understand from KMO and the Bartlett's test. Now, if I will move with the commonalities, now here's few other we will have. The boxes are there. So the very first one is going to be the commonalities. Now, initial commonality, television is effective mass media tools for providing the healthcare awareness for women, for children. Initial is one, for all the initial is one. After we have done the extractions, then we are going to have the value. Value is going to have, 0.897, then 0.737, 0.857, and so on. And so on, the values are going to be there. So total variance explained, how much variance is going to be explained by all the factors like the adjusted R square. Here it is going to be know that if after the one and you have performed the extractions, okay, iterations you have performed over there, how much it is going to be explained by the all these factors. So what we are going to be consider, the initial eigenvalues are there, 8.56, because if you are asking a question, it is having some meaning to it, it is having some sense associated to that. But after you will do the iterations, okay, after you are going to perform some iterations over there, then only we will come to know that which factor, which question is going to be the important one. So here the extraction sum of scared loading is going to be 8.51 and 71.297. That means it completely stand for the all other factors. If you will check the cumulative percentage also for the variation, it completely stand for that a very first factor. Which one is our first factor? This is our first factor. Television is effective mass media tools for providing the healthcare awareness for women and children, are explaining almost 71% to our total variation. Okay, whatever the total effect is here, out of the total effect is going to be explained effect or impact is being explained by the very first component or very first factors, total percentage of variations and cumulative percentage. Otherwise, if you will check the rest of the variables, they are explaining, they are contributing something to our model, but that contribution is not significant, I can say. Or another way I can say that significant that contribution is not going to be the important one to consider in your model. Okay, for that part, we have to know the total variance explained. So here the initial eigenvalues are there, extraction sum of skewer loadings are there, which will help us to know that till which factor. Now, as I have taken this data and it is showing that till first variable it is explaining this, and it completely depends upon how much variables, how many variables we have in our study. Now, if you will check this scree plot, one thing I just would like to add it here, whatever the boxes are there, okay, they are going to be have some link with each other. If they are total, it's a total variation explained and it is saying that till first 71 is going to be explained, the same kind of a result is being explained with that the next table, next diagram as well. Now, if you will see here, the eigenvalues are being represented on this scree plot. Okay. Now, like what are the eigenvalues and why it is being represented on the scree plot? Eigenvalues are showing that how much important the variable is there, whether that factor is very important or not important. Okay, so that is what is going to be understood from the eigenvalues. And here this is a scree plot for the eigenvalues. Now if you will see, after your first variable, all the variables, the values of all the variables are lying in between 0 to 2. I can say 0 to 2 the values are going to be lying. Otherwise, for your very first variable, the value is going to be more than 8, more than 8 eigenvalue. Eigenvalues are basically how much is going to be explained, how much that factor is going to explain to your respective study, to your respective dependent variable, whatever, not dependent variable, how much it is going to be more effective than as comparative to the other variables, other factors that we have considered in our study. Okay, so what we can say, after the very first one there is a drop, a sudden drop is there, 2 3 4 5 6. So we can say that there is only and only one factor is here which are explaining us the most to our variations or to most to our the other things. Okay, so here we are basically proceeding with the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth are having the almost similar effect, or are having a uh, like a they are having a very negligible effect or negligible making a sense to the factors, to all the factors that we are having. Then component matrix is there. One thing I think I have missed out there. One second, I think I have missed one of the factor, one of the table. These are the commonalities, row and rescaled one. So here also, these also will help us to know that which factor is going to be the important in order to get, in order to make the few out of the many factors. So these are the commonalities are there. So total variance explained, row and rescale, no need to take it. Only row is important, only the one is important. Scree plot is same. See here we have done the rotation component matrix where the rotation has been done. Okay, so first rotation and second rotation. At last, what we are going to get is this one. The component score, the covariance matrix we are going to get. The component transformation matrix as well as the component last one, the component score coefficient matrix. So here we would like to get the very first component, the television is effective. Yes, it is going to be effective 0.0195, but after the second one, it is going to be negative part. Okay, then first one is 0.143 and second one is going to be negative 0.023. So all these are the factors, all these are going to help us to know that which one, these metrics, this coefficient metrics will help us to know that which factor is going to be the most important one. The which one is coming negative, we are not going to consider that. Okay, which one is coming negative, we are not going to consider, we will only consider the positive part for that. Like here, if I will say for the very first component, I will just go with the first because it is coming 0.95. Still, its value is very less. So we will check whose values are going to be very high. So here 0.143, 0.122. Let's just check more values. If they are coming higher, the higher one is 0.145. Then 0.122, 0.143. So here we can say that out of this component score metrics, our most important factor is going to become the healthcare. Healthcare advice providing by the television is trustable or not. Then we will go with the last one, which is 1.45. This one, healthcare awareness program should be programmed in peak hours and peak days. This could be also one of the thing. Okay, so after that, if our two component metrics, we are going to get only the two most important metrics, two important component we are going to get, and over there it shows that there is a correlations 0, 0, and it is going to become. Then at last we will come to get our factors which are having the most important out of those 12 factors. So this is basically about the factor analysis. I will just show you one more time the result part. Yes, here the KMO Bartlett's test will help us to know that whether the correlation is there or correlation is not there. Commonalities, basically, whatever the commonalities are there, it will help us to know that how the factors are going to be the important one. Okay, which factors are the important and which factors are not going to be the important. That could be known from the initial and extraction part. And the same commonalities can also be analyzed from the eigenvalues. Okay, here the initial and extraction, after the extraction values we are going to get. So commonalities basically help us to know that which factors are going to be the important out of our total factors that we have included in our study. Okay. So these are the values which are being associated with it. So if any of the value is going to be lower than 0.40, threshold value, we can take it here. If any of the value is going to be lower than 0.4, we can just say that they are not contributing much to our factor. But here all the values are going to be more than 0.40. See, if any of the extraction, after the iteration, if any of the value is coming 0.40 less, okay, less than 0.40, like I can say this value is less, travel, 1 second. This value is less. TB healthcare awareness program is effective in urban area in compared to rural area. 0.127. It's less than 0.40. So you can just avoid this. You can just ignore this, or you can delete this factor out of your questionnaire. Okay, because it is not making any sense to your total factors. So you can just delete this one. Otherwise, I will just add one more point. It completely depends. Further, after doing the factor analysis also, it completely depends whether you would like to have that factor in your study or not, it's significant or not. Second thing. Third, it is coming from your ROL or how you have taken that. Okay, it depends upon that. Factor analysis only help us to get only those factors whose importance, whose contribution is more towards our study. Okay, so if I'm saying this 0.127 is there, which is going to be less than threshold value, so it is not contributing more or significantly towards your study, so we can just neglect it. Okay, otherwise if the values are more than that of it, we can say that yes, they are contributing to our study. So what else we can say? I hope this commonality is clear to everyone. Total variance we have already taken, scree plot we have considered, the component matrix we will consider then. The component matrix, one thing is missing actually. Here I'm not able to get the iterations, because after the iterations it will be more clear ki which values are going to be clubbed with which one. So that thing is missing here, I guess. Let me just check it one more time. Factor, then descriptive. If I will get the iterations in that, in a component matrix, fine. Otherwise, I will just explain it from this only, and I will explain you how you are going to take it. Rotations, Verimix, loading plots, continue. Okay. Same thing, I'm getting it. Okay. So basically, like here we are getting, if I will move to my initial, very the first result after the, one second. Let me just, so many outputs are there and I'm not able to get the final one. Yes. Now I have only one result with me. So basically from this, the last component matrix that we are going to get, the very last table, only this table I'm just going to explain one more time. This one. So how we are going to know that which component is going to be the important one? The very first thing we have to consider, whatever the component matrix we are going to have, it shows the correlations between the two factors. Okay, the correlations between the one and two factors. It is help us to know that. So basically, if we are going to consider the factors that are being considered or that are going to be correlated with each other, we can say that uh, here 0.95, okay, 1.143, 1.23, fine, negative. See, these five factors will be added at one because here it's a negative factors, negative values are coming. So these factors are going to be added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will become our one factor. Then if I will go with the negative point here. Now here this is not going to be included. This is negative also. So we are not going to edit it. Only the positive one we are going to add it in one. This will remain one. This will be the alone one. Okay, so this one, the literacy, the acceptability of health, the TV playing is significant, the awareness one, the TV channels, and the health, we are going to add it here because here all are positive and these are all are negative. So whatever the positives are there, that will become the one thing, and the negative one will be the alone factors. Okay, so in this way, we are going to know the varimax. Varimax is going to be the variation maximization. In this way, we are going to reduces the factors basis upon the component matrix, basis upon the coefficients that are being here. It's a coefficients of correlation. So again, if a negative is coming here in the second matrix, negative is coming. Whatever is in the positive one, the in the very first one, positive are there that are going to be added as a one factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, one factor is there. Second one, this will remain alone because the very first components are negative, so it will remain alone. The third factor which is going to be there is going to be by adding the rest of all the factor. After this, rest of all the factors are going to be added as a one. So in conclusion, I would like to say that after out of the 12 factors, what are going to be the most important factors that we can take will be the three factor. Okay. And what are those three factors? Adding 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before minus 1.73 is going to be one factor. This negative 1.73 is a second factor, and the after my negative 1.73 is going to be the my next factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these are going to be my next factor. So out of 12 factor, by performing the factor analysis, by performing the principal component analysis, which will help us to get the factors out of the total factors, will give me the 3 out of the 12. In this way, we will come to the conclusion that yes, we have performed the factor analysis. We get our factors that are being most important, and after this, if you will take these three factors only and you will check your correlation, it will come to have a zero correlations over there, or your there is a no correlation are going to be exist in between these variables, and that then after that you can perform the regression one. Okay, then if further what I can add it more here, if you will have more of the factors, okay, regressions cannot be performed directly. The reason behind of the multicollinearity, and in order to avoid the problem of multicollinearity, you have to perform first of all the factor analysis, reduces the factor, check the correlation in between these three factors, and then later on you can say that we can say that we will perform the regression on whatever is going to be the left factor, and that is how our factor analysis is going to be completed, and then you can perform your linear regression, multiple linear regressions according to your style. That's what I can say about the factor analysis. I hope you have understood about it. Any problem, anything, any table is not I have missed from my side, you can just let me know.
Any questions you all are free to ask, please, regarding factorial analysis?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am,
afternoon.
you have earlier told about the component matrix.
Yes,
You
sir.
said कि we will consider positive value, will not consider the negative value.
No,
So I want to ask here, why will not consider the negative value, and why, and what is the meaning of negative value here?
Yes, sir. So actually, I said what I mean to say with the not including the negative value. I mean, whatever the positive values are there in the very first part, because here we will have a two component. One is it is being divided as a 1 and 2. So if I am saying that only the positive component I will take, I mean to say that all the 5 factors are going to be clubbed as a one factor with the positive values. And whatever in the first component which is coming negative, that will remain alone. It is not going to be added with any other factor. It will be a alone factor. That means it is not having any relation with any of the previous factor. Now, if my screen is visible, if my output sheet is visible, I mean to say, after, if you can check, sir, literacy is playing a significant role, acceptability for the health, TV is playing significant, awareness program, TV channels, and all this. Just because it's coming a positive here, now here you can just add all these factors and you can just make a one questions out of it. That's what I mean to say with a positive and negative. Hello? Yes, sir. Sir, am I audible? Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay.
Any
Many-
more queries?